Established in 1950, Sri Lanka Navy is the naval arm of the Sri Lanka Armed Forces and is classified as a vital defence force and is responsible for the maritime defence of Sri Lanka and her interests.
The general public were able to witness a spectacle put on by the Sri Lanka Navy during the celebration of the 72nd anniversary. Capital ships of Sri Lanka Navy were anchored off the Galle Green on Friday, giving the public an opportunity to have a glance at some of the major ships of Sri Lanka's Navy. From its small beginnings, the Navy has etched its name in the annals of Sri Lankan history by its courage and commitment for the protection of the nation. In the run-up to World War II, the Ceylon Volunteer Naval Force was established in the country by the Naval Volunteer Force Ordinance No. 1 of 1937. Subsequently, the Ceylon Volunteer Naval Force was renamed as Ceylon Royal Naval Volunteer Reserve on the 1st of October in 1943. In the 1950s, the Navy sought to usher in a new chapter by establishing a regular naval force. Accordingly, the Royal Ceylon Navy was established by the Navy Act No. 34 of 1950 on the 9th of December 1950. Since then, the Royal Ceylon Navy has been entrusted with the sole responsibility of protecting the country's maritime space. Going from strength to strength, the Royal Ceylon Navy became the Sri Lanka Navy in 1972 when Sri Lanka became a republic. In the early 1980s, with the commencement of terrorist activities in the country, the role of the Navy, which had been a ceremonial nature until then, was transformed into a military role. Over the years, the Navy has been strengthened in terms of manpower and naval capabilities for the national task for eradicating terrorism from the country. As the first line of defence, Sri Lanka Navy played a praiseworthy role during the humanitarian operation which finally brought down the curtains on terrorism which scourged the country for nearly 30 years.